Hi and welcome back. So I want to continue going through the products that we've used with our home automation system here, and actually one of the most difficult decisions that we've had, and that's what to do for window blinds. So we've got 13 windows here that we want blinds of one sort or another fitted, and we want those automated as part of the Loxone system. We found there wasn't a sort of default obvious choice for the blinds, because there's lots of choice of how you power the blinds, be that battery power, low voltage, mains voltage. How do you control it? Do you control it through switching that through different wireless protocols? And so it wasn't really obvious. So if we'd gone with mains power, we'd have needed 26 more relays, so that's 2 relay modules in Loxone, so quite a bit of additional cost. Quite a bit of additional complexity from the wiring and programming to do that. Then we'd also got the existing Velux windows and Velux blinds, which we're controlling through a Somfy Tahoma Switch set up in developer mode using a virtual device inside Loxone. So it seemed a natural thing to do to stay with Somfy motors. I looked at what was there in the market, and lots of the online places that we were looking at for blinds were doing Somfy motors, but a basic 28 model motor DC with a battery inside it, and I didn't really want to do that because you've got to charge the batteries. Every few years you're going to have to change the batteries. And I looked into different choices there and found that as you went up through the range, those motors are sort of 80, 90 pounds sort of price, I think. And I found that not that far ago, Somfy had introduced some Zigbee motors rather than the RTS. So RTS is their own protocol, which you can use to send a command to the blind, but you can't query it. Zigbee has some more advanced features, can connect through the Somfy Tahoma Switch that we have now, but will also potentially have the ability to remove that switch and have direct Zigbee control later on. Having that setup that we've currently got of using a Somfy Switch, Somfy Tahoma Switch device and Loxone is a little bit more complicated than I'd really like it to be, but we found it to be very reliable once we got it set up and working with the Velux windows. The motors that I've gone for are a Somfy Sonesse 30 Zigbee 24 volt. So as you'll see, we ran a 4-core flex to the windows back to the centre of the house to give us the choice of all of those different motor types, so I could do low voltage switching, high voltage switching. I'm just at the moment going to use 2 of those cores to take 24 volts to the blind in the window, and then use the Zigbee control through the Tahoma Switch to control them. So let's have a look at the blind that we bought for the first window, how we set that up and install it, and how we configure it with the Somfy Tahoma Pro application. So this is the first blind that we've got just as a test initially from direct order blinds. So we've got that in a cartridge that goes at the top of the window, which has some of the roller blind fabric on it, blackout blind, and this has got a Soness 30 Zigbee motor. So I've managed to get the Somfy Pro application to be able to configure all of these. So you just get that app up and running, scan the barcode on here to pair to the device. I've gone for 24 volt DC powered, so I'll show how we fit that up in the window at the moment. That'll go back to a central 24 volt power supply, so I'm not having to recharge batteries or replace batteries if they fail after a few years. So out of the box, I think there's just a light on here for configuration and a reset button, and that just slides inside that tube. It's quite a nice motor. It's got soft start. You can adjust the speed that it goes, those sorts of things. So as long as this one works okay, I'm going to order these for the rest of the windows. They've actually supplied it with a 24 volt plug-in power supply, so I can use that for the initial testing, but I'll have a central power supply off the Loxone panel when I'm finished. And I did buy 1 remote control just in case I needed it for any of the pairing and configuration, but having seen the Somfy Pro app, probably didn't need to get that, but it's there just in case. So one little trick that I wanted to cover was how we got the drawstring through the conduit that we previously put in the wall to be able to pull that string through. And a great way of being able to do that is just use a vacuum cleaner, perhaps get the string, as you can see here, maybe a little bit of tissue on the end, and that'll suck that through the conduit. And I've done it over a much bigger length than this. Good, useful tip for installations. So here you can see the blind clipped in place, and I used that drawstring to pull through the power cable from the blind. It came with a sort of couple of meters of 2-core flex just for that 24 volts DC. I will connect that through to the central wire up in there and keep as much of that cord length as I can coiled up in the box there, and then put a blanking plate so that we can't see it. I've programmed this with the Somfy Tahoma Pro app. I'll just go through that in a moment, showing how simple that is to do, but just here it is in operation. Nice, really nice soft start, relatively quiet operation, and as the blind comes down towards the bottom, we've got a soft stop as well. Really quite pleased with the way that that's working, and we can also set a favourite position if we're going to do the day-night blinds, where they can move between full shade and half shade. So this is the Somfy Tahoma Pro application that we can use to configure equipment. So I've registered this as an installer, so they were good enough to give me an account. So if we go and set up new equipment for the blind that I've got, we can choose whether it's the IO home control or Zigbee. My blind is Zigbee, and it tells us how to, if it's a remote control, to press the button. Don't need to do that in this situation. Asking me if it's going to be configured with a Tahoma ecosystem, which is the switch that we have, and then offers us a choice of a QR code. So I've got the QR code there for my blind, and it will then connect to the Zigbee motor. And once we can get that connection to the local Zigbee motor, we're able to configure. It does a check there for the firmware update, looks at the settings. There's a number of things that we can configure. So a name, so you can see it's in the what will be the laundry room. I can use this to test the equipment, so just open and close as a remote control, or I can set the equipment up. So as you can see here, we can set the rotational direction of the blind. We can set the motor end limits, so I can click on that, set the upper limit or the lower limit, and to do that we just click on that, and we can use the buttons here to press and hold or step to put the blind to where we want it to start when it's up in the cassette at the top of the window or down at the bottom, and then we just press the validate button to save that to the motor. We can also do things around setting the speed. So I've got it currently running at the fastest speed of 28 RPM. We can slow that down to 10 RPM. Makes it a little bit quieter. We can show how long the soft start takes. So we've got 1500 milliseconds, which is the default on here. And we can turn that soft start on and off. So really nice that we can configure the blind well there. And the other thing that I'm hoping to use for the day and night blind rooms is to set the favorite my position. So with those day-night blinds, that's probably sort of 2 inches up from the fully closed position. So we can do that and then save that to the motor, and we can call that favorite position from through the Loxone API. So really quite simple to use application that we can use to configure all of the different Somfy Tahoma devices. So they were good enough to set up an account for me on the Tahoma Pro application. I think it's a little more difficult to set up some of the things like soft start and rotational speed and those sorts of things if you don't have the Pro app, but probably still possible. So the next stage that I'll cover in more detail in another video is actually getting setting up a virtual device within Loxone to talk to the Tahoma Switch and configure the blinds, and then configure that with the wall switches. I was helped with that by Hugh, my Loxone partner, who helped me get the initial blinds working. Then I've documented how I go through that process to search all of the devices that are now visible on the network and create new virtual devices, but I'll cover that in more detail as it's very Loxone specific. So overall, we're really pleased with these blinds. We're going to go on an order for the rest of the windows and probably do some day-night blinds for some of the bedrooms at the front of the property. Once we've just checked how we can do that and set to that favourite position of sort of just open by a couple of inches within Loxone, working with the light switches that we got in each of the rooms. So hopefully you found that useful. We really struggled trying to understand which were the best blind motors for us to buy and how we were going to get that to communicate with our Loxone system. If you're not using Loxone and you're looking at something like Home Assistant, I've got Home Assistant here running as well, doing a few things, and Home Assistant found the Tahoma Switch and all of the blinds and put them in the right rooms and everything straight out of the box. So that worked perfectly, but working with Loxone was a little bit more difficult. And thanks to all of you that have liked and subscribed my videos. If you found this video valuable, then please click like. If you haven't subscribed to me, please do. We're covering lots here on the project around home automation, but also just general DIY and eco technologies that we're implementing on the project. And it's been great to get the feedback from many of you and the questions or interaction that we've had around different parts of the technologies that we've been using. I think we're close to 1,100 subscribers now, so that's really jumped up in the last few weeks, and thanks so much to all of you for the time that you've given to watch the material that we're putting out. So thanks again very much for all of your time.